Welcome to Bihar, a land rich in history and culture, where some of India's greatest intellectuals, spiritual leaders, and political figures were born. From the ancient University of Nalanda to the birthplace of Buddhism, Bihar holds a significant place in India's past. Yet, despite its glorious history, today's Bihar faces immense challenges. With economic stagnation, high migration rates, and a lack of infrastructure, Bihar has become a symbol of missed potential. This documentary will take you through the problems that have plagued this state, the challenges faced by its people, and the hopes for a brighter tomorrow. 1. Economic stagnation, a legacy of poverty. One of the most significant problems facing Bihar is its long-standing economic stagnation. Historically, Bihar was a region of prosperity, but after India's independence, the state saw a decline in its industrial and agricultural output. Landlocked and lacking in large-scale industries, Bihar has struggled to attract investment and create jobs. Agriculture, once the backbone of Bihar's economy, remains underdeveloped, with low productivity and limited access to modern technology. Bihar's gross domestic product, GDP, is among the lowest in India, with a per capita income significantly below the national average. The lack of industrialization and infrastructure has kept the state in a vicious cycle of poverty, forcing many of its citizens to look elsewhere for opportunities. 2. Migration, the exodus of labor. Due to the lack of economic opportunities in Bihar, migration to other states has become a major issue. The state has seen an exodus of its working-age population to places like Delhi, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Punjab. This migration has transformed Bihar into a state dependent on remittances from migrant workers to sustain its economy. The labours of Bihar often end up working in menial, low-wage jobs in construction, agriculture, and factories in other states. The working conditions for these migrants are often harsh, with little protection or security. They leave their homes and families behind, returning only during festivals or in times of crisis. This migration, while providing a lifeline to many families in Bihar, also leads to a brain drain. Skilled and educated individuals leave the state, exacerbating the gap in human resources needed to improve Bihar's development. 3. Education, a struggle for quality. Education in Bihar has been a major challenge for decades. The state has one of the highest school dropout rates in the country, and the quality of education remains poor. While there have been efforts to improve literacy rates, especially through programs like the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, infrastructure problems, teacher absenteeism, and a lack of resources continue to hamper progress. The state has a limited number of higher education institutions, leading to a situation where many students must leave Bihar to pursue higher studies. Those who cannot afford to move often face barriers to accessing quality education and end up in low-paying jobs or as part of the unemployed masses. Even more troubling is the failure of the education system to provide skills relevant to the modern job market. Many students graduate without the skills or training needed for industries like IT, manufacturing, or services, further restricting their employment opportunities. 4. Infrastructure deficit, the crumbling foundations. Another significant issue Bihar faces is its lack of infrastructure development. Roads, electricity, healthcare, and sanitation facilities are all below the national average. Poor infrastructure has a cascading effect on every aspect of life in Bihar, hindering economic growth, impeding access to education and healthcare, and lowering the overall quality of life. Take transportation as an example. Many rural areas in Bihar remain disconnected from the main road networks, making travel difficult and time-consuming. During the monsoon season, many roads become impassable, cutting off entire villages and preventing access to critical services like hospitals and schools. Power shortages are another major issue. Despite improvements in recent years, many parts of Bihar experience frequent electricity cuts, affecting households, businesses, and schools. Without reliable electricity, attracting industries becomes a challenge, further stalling the state's economic growth. 5. Political instability and corruption. Bihar's political landscape has also been a factor contributing to its stagnation. For decades, the state has been plagued by political instability and corruption. Government schemes and projects, which could have provided relief to the poor and boosted development, often faltered due to mismanagement and corruption. The cycle of caste-based politics has also played a divisive role in Bihar. Elections in the state often revolve around caste alliances rather than issues of development, education, or employment. This has hindered progress and discouraged the adoption of long-term policies aimed at alleviating poverty and promoting growth. While political leaders like Nitish Kumar have made strides in improving law and order, the deep-rooted issues of political patronage and corruption remain significant obstacles to Bihar's development. 6. Health crisis, a state struggling with basic services. The healthcare situation in Bihar paints a grim picture. With an insufficient number of doctors, nurses, and medical facilities, the state has one of the worst health indicators in India. Infant mortality rates and maternal mortality rates in Bihar are among the highest in the country, highlighting the inadequate access to healthcare services. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Bihar's fragile healthcare system came into sharp focus. The state struggled to provide adequate testing, treatment, and vaccination facilities. Hospitals were overwhelmed, and many villages lacked even the most basic medical services. The combination of poor infrastructure, lack of trained medical professionals, and widespread poverty has created a healthcare crisis that affects millions of people across the state. 7. The ray of hope steps toward progress. Despite these challenges, Bihar is not without hope. Over the past few years, there have been signs of progress in key areas. Under the leadership of Nitish Kumar, the state has seen improvements in law and order, infrastructure development, and rural electrification. Roads are being built, and there are efforts to expand electricity to every household. Several social programs have also been launched, such as the bicycle program, which provides bicycles to schoolgirls to encourage education, and various schemes aimed at reducing the dropout rate. Women's empowerment programs have shown results, with increased female literacy and participation in local governance. There is also a growing recognition that Bihar's future lies in improving education, skills training, and entrepreneurship. Many young people are now looking to build businesses in Bihar, rather than migrate to other states. The state government has also shown interest in attracting more investments by improving infrastructure and cutting red tape. Conclusion: Bihar's road ahead. Bihar, a land once known for its intellectual prowess and prosperity, is today grappling with a multitude of challenges. From economic stagnation and lack of infrastructure to migration and political instability, the state's struggles are significant. Yet, beneath these challenges lies a resilience that defines the people of Bihar. With new reforms, better governance, and a focus on education and infrastructure, Bihar's story of decline can be transformed into one of hope and growth. The journey ahead is long and difficult, but Bihar's potential remains untapped. The people of Bihar, both those who stay and those who migrate, continue to work towards a better future, and with the right leadership and policies, that future may not be as far away as it seems. If you found this documentary insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Exploriun for more deep dives into the stories of India's states and their paths to development.